Black sticky rice pudding with coconut and mango is a delicious, stunning, and simple dessert. Ready to eat in 1 hour, enjoy it warm or cold, and get creative with your presentation. Hello, I'm Catherine. Bryan's behind the camera, and we previously shared with you some Indonesian dishes that we learned how to make on a trip to Bali. But we had so much amazing food in Bali that we decided you also need to know how to make this black sticky rice pudding. We had a few different variations of black rice pudding while we were in Bali, so I'm going to show you 3 different ways to plate this up. But first, let's make it. All you really need to do for this recipe is cook some rice. And the rice that you are looking for is black sticky rice, or you'll find it titled black glutinous rice, also Indonesian black rice or purple rice. But there are some varieties of wild rice that are black, but the key to this recipe is you want a sticky rice or a glutinous rice, and that's what gives it the pudding-like texture. I've noticed that some recipes call for you to soak the rice before getting started for a few hours or overnight, but my package of rice doesn't instruct me to soak it. And from what I can gather, soaking really just cuts down on the amount of time it takes for the rice to cook, and it's not mandatory. Cook your rice according to your package. Mine instructs to rinse the rice and then combine 1 cup black glutinous rice and 1 3/4 cup water. Bring to a boil, reduce to a simmer, and simmer with the lid on for 40 to 45 minutes. Once the rice is cooked, stir in 1 cup full-fat canned coconut milk, a 1/4 cup coconut sugar or palm sugar if you have it, and a 1/4 teaspoon salt. Cook for an additional 5 minutes and then remove from the heat. Although once this rice is cooked, it's soft and melty and has a pudding-like texture, it does retain a little bit of firmness compared to white sticky rice. So if you've cooked it for the appropriate amount of time, you give it a taste and you're still detecting just a little bit of firmness, don't worry, that's supposed to be there. I have noticed that some Thai black sticky rice recipes add about a 1/4 cup of white sticky rice into the mix to help soften it up a little bit more. So I've enjoyed it with just the black rice, but if you have a white sticky rice and you want to add a 1/4 cup in, go for it. To make 4 parfaits, you'll need 2 mangoes, and I'm using Atolfo mangoes because these are the closest that I can find to the kind of mango that's used in Southeast Asia. And in order to make sure your mango is ripe and sweet and not tart, you actually want the skin to be a little wrinkly. And these could be more ripe than they are, but there's a little wrinkle there, so I think we'll be okay. And since we're here, I'm going to show you an easy way to remove the pit and peel. Mangoes have a large, thin pit, so with your knife a little off the center, slice each side free. If you hit the pit or a really fibrous part of the fruit that is hard to cut through, you will need to move your knife over a little further. With each cut side, carefully wedge the edge of a glass between the skin and the fruit of the mango. Press the mango down and manipulate the glass to slowly scoop the fruit free of the peel. Don't forget about the extra fruit around the pit though. Remove the peel from around the pit and cut on an angle through any soft flesh. For the parfait presentation, I puree 1½ of these mangoes and cube the rest for the top. To make parfaits, scoop chilled black rice pudding into a nice glass. Spread a layer of pureed mango on top, then add another layer of rice and another layer of mango puree. Garnish the top with cubed mango and even a bit of strawberry and a mint leaf if desired. How pretty is that? I could have just stopped there, but I wanted to give you another couple of options for presenting your black sticky rice. And you've already opened a can of coconut milk, so let's make a coconut drizzle. For an optional coconut drizzle, heat 1/2 cup full-fat coconut milk in a small pot over medium-low heat. Separately dissolve 1 teaspoon cornstarch in a splash more coconut milk, then add it to the warm milk, whisking vigorously to avoid any clumping. Add a pinch of salt and ensure the heat is high enough that the milk comes to a low boil, which will activate the starch. Cook for a couple of minutes until the sauce is thickened, then remove from the heat. Now for an alternate mango sticky rice presentation. Scoop warm or cold black rice pudding onto a plate, thinly slice 1/2 a mango, and fan it out beside the rice. Top the rice with a warm coconut drizzle. Finally, I really couldn't help myself from trying to recreate this beautiful bowl that we had in Bali, so here goes. To make a decorative black black rice pudding bowl, spoon slightly chilled black rice pudding into a bowl, smooth the top, and use a squeeze bottle or piping bag to pipe the coconut drizzle in concentric circles. Drag a toothpick through all of the lines toward the center point. Garnish the center with chopped mango and a mint leaf.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Spoon.
Madam.
Also made out of a coconut.
Yeah, coconut bowls. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, this is amazing. When you took the photos, the mango wasn't as ripe.
We served this to friends of ours last week, I think, and I used frozen mango, and it definitely wasn't as sweet. It was more tart.
This is real good.
This fulfills a dessert craving for you?
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like I'm in Bali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just stare at each other. What's your favorite? So we had this two ways. This Parfait way. It also had coconut ice cream on it at that restaurant. So you could put some ice cream on this or like coconut yogurt or something.
Yeah.
And then at that little cafe, we had it this decorative bowl way.
That's a really good replica. You got so close, it looks legit.
I tried.
Your mom saw that photo, she thought it was like art. She's like, oh, I didn't even know that was food.
It's so much more fun to make your food artful. And I probably wouldn't serve this version in such a massive bowl because
It's not one serving.
That's a lot of rice.
You would fall asleep so fast after that.
Maybe something a little more shallow, but we have these bowls that are coconuts. We had to use those. So the cost, are you curious? Do you know what it is?
I actually don't know what it is.
This recipe makes 4 servings and it cost me just under $6.50 Canadian.
You wouldn't get it for one serving out.
Yeah, that's true.
This feels fancy.
Yeah, and it depends on the time of year for the cost of the mangoes. Right now, they're in season. I can get 3 for $5. If it's winter and I want to make this, then I probably use frozen mango, and that's an option to cut down on the cost. It's also why I wanted to show you some different ways to plate this, because the black sticky rice alone cost me $2.50. So you can get 4 big servings of black sticky rice. You don't even need the fruit. You could just do the drizzle, or you could put whatever fruit you have on top and have just as delicious of a little treat.
This is becoming a running theme where I just destroy the food. What was your favorite way to have it in Bali?
I think as a parfait. This kind of version is what I've typically had with white sticky rice. So to see it presented like this, like when they put it down at the table, I was like, oh, that's not what I was expecting, because I was expecting that. It was delicious. And we got these beautiful glasses from Bryan's parents, and these are your grandmother's.
Yeah, she got them at her wedding, my dad's mom's. So these are, don't hold them.
Hold them.
And actually, we got them as a wedding anniversary gift from my parents. And we went to Bali for our I read on National Geographic that the 5-second rule isn't a thing.
It's a myth.
Anyways, you can keep talking. I'll clean up.
I make a version of Portuguese rice pudding, which is in our vegan Portuguese cookbook. That one is on the blog. So
we have a video for it, so check that out.
This is my kind of dessert. I tend to do a lot of desserts that are just like the caramelized plantain, warm cinnamon apple with some coconut whipped cream. We have the baked pear and stone fruit dessert, which looks really fancy and pretty.
Yeah.
And if you like parfaits, we actually have a pumpkin pie parfait that's really simple to make and good to make in advance. Maybe a fork would be better for that one. You could do. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.